Hello, I'm Stephanie. Today we will be discussing the book Panic by Lauren Oliver. This is a contemporary read, so normally I like to avoid contemporary books because I never really liked them. I always felt like there's always something missing. I've always found boredom in them, but this I loved. I loved it. And I think because there was more elements to it than just some love story. There were other things to it, and it was different. It was not how I thought it was going to be. And so if you are looking for a great contemporary read that's different from the norm, I would highly recommend to pick up Panic. And it's probably going to be on my top 10 list. It's awesome. Anyway, so let's discuss this book. Okay, so this is taken from two perspectives, Dodge and Heather. And I really thought Dodge and Heather were going to end up in a relationship, but that's not it. And I love that. I loved how it wasn't what you expected it to be. And turns out Dodge and Heather barely interact throughout the whole book until the very end. It's kind of interesting to see it from two people's perspectives. Panic takes place in the summer, and everyone who competes in Panic are usually the graduating year of that senior class. And so I could kind of really relate to this, especially the part where it's from a small town. And Heather, I was able to relate to Heather how she just said she just wanted to get out. She wanted to get out of the small town and make her own life. And I could relate to that because, I mean, I'm at that age right now where you're too young to go anywhere, but you want to get out, and that's like where I am. I want to get out. I want to go live in Williamsburg or Tennessee or other places. I want to get out of here. But anyways, everyone has a reason they're playing for Panic. Dodge is playing for revenge because a few years ago, sister competed in Panic, and this guy paralyzed her in the final round. Well, his younger brother was playing. Dodge was trying to get revenge on him. Natalie, Heather's best friend, is playing for the money to get to California to pursue her acting and modeling career. And Heather, yeah, she wants to get out, but she also wants to escape her home life. Which, I mean, I felt sad and I felt really bad for her because she did. She has it rough, and so she and her sister at one point were actually homeless, and it was sad. Panic is one big game of Russian roulette. It could kill you at any minute, especially we find out how dangerous Panic is when we start getting into this house. There's this abandoned house that they say was haunted, and you have to say night. Everybody's like, okay, that's great. Okay, we just have to say the night. That is great. Then turns out it's lit on fire, and this whole thing goes in a blaze, and Dodge, Heather, and Natalie fall asleep, and so they don't realize and they can't get out. And so that's the way you start to realize Panic is a dangerous game that can cause panic. The name is actually fitting for the game. There's these judges who think of these, and I'm like, what sick mind could think of all this stuff? And who would want to put people in danger? But we find out Bishop, Heather's best friend, is the judge. And I'm like, what? Did I read that right? He is the one who thought of putting the house on fire and everything else. But he was trying to warn Heather all the time. Like, they were on the 4th of July walking, they saw these fireworks, and, you know, fireworks don't normally go off at that point, so he was trying to warn Heather, like, hey, listen here. But turns out, the reason why Bishop was doing that was because being a judge, he got money, and he gave it to Heather. One of the events was to walk across a highway with your eyes closed and hope to God you don't get hit by a car. Panic is a game of Russian roulette, and Heather actually has to play a game of Russian roulette because she has a fear of guns. And so I was ticked. I was like, what? Bishop, you just put your friend to play a game of Russian roulette that could kill her. I know that saying what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, but I'm pretty sure that would be the case. If it didn't kill her, it would not make her stronger. Make you more fearful for your life, and basically you would lose probably a friend if she found out. But then Dodge comes and lifts me. He's like, let me see that gun. And everyone's like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Why does he want the gun? And he's like, let me see the gun. He takes the gun and he looks at it. He clicks it. He's like, just wants to make sure bullet it. So Heather does it, and it doesn't go off. Well, we find out later, Bishop sent Dodge to steal that bullet so Heather wouldn't get killed. And so then we're in this jousting, and they joust, and they have to like run in their cars like head on. Dodge rigs this car, and it's gonna explode, and he wants a guy who has an older brother who paralyzed his sister to get that car. And so they find out. So Natalie traps Dodge in the basement, and Heather takes his car. But they don't know it's rigged. They just know that Dodge wanted to kill this other guy. So Heather is jousting, and all of a sudden, smoke comes, and it's like blowing up, and she has to jump out the window. I'm like, oh my god, oh my god. And Panic was Panic. I love this book. I mean, those were just some of the highlight stuff. I mean, there's clearly much more to that than this. But that's basically some of the major points in the book. And I highly recommend to pick it up because The characters are great. I mean, there was not one character that I was bored with. And normally when books are taken from more than one perspective, I'm always bored with one of them because I always like one better than the other. But this, I like them equally, and it was a great book, and I mean, everything worked out in the end, and it was so good, and I highly recommend it. I have a blog now, and I'm going to put the link down in the doobly-doo. It's for, like, books, because I read a lot of books, but sometimes I just don't have time to make videos, and so if don't ever have time to read a book, I usually like to write a review on it, and sometimes I even make videos and reviews on it. But so check that out constantly if you ever want to see a review, because I do not spoil them in the review. In the review, I basically skim over it. So, I mean, if you ever see one of my book talks and you wonder, oh my gosh, I'm not sure if I like that book, but I don't want to watch it and be spoiled, just go to my blog and you'll probably find it. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you liked this video. Please subscribe to my channel for more bookish things. Thank you for watching. Bye!